Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Arkansas Style. I am your host, Nicole Neiman, and it's a pleasure to be here with you today. We've got another jam-packed show full of fashion, fun, and even a live performance. So before we dive right in, let's give you a sneak peek of what's coming up. In today's Joy Corner, we're talking all about our feelings. Author, marketer, and all-around girl guide Heather Boschke is helping us embrace vulnerability. Instead of avoiding it, she's showing us how to see it as a powerful tool for growth and connection rather than a sign of weakness. And get ready for a good laugh because comedian Alex Ortiz is back in the building. He's toured the world, entertained troops overseas, and lit up the screen on HBO and Comedy Central. Now he's bringing his high-energy comedy to the Looney Bin Comedy Club. We've got a sneak peek of what's in store here in just a few minutes. And finally, we're meeting Keith Knight, a 71-year-old karaoke champion who's proven that passion doesn't have an age limit. From competing at the USKA Arkansas Karaoke Championships to running marathons, Keith's journey is full of heart, hard work, and incredible talent. He'll help us close out today's show with some insight into his inspiring story before honoring Johnny Cash with a live performance of Hurt. But before we get to all of that, our long tour of what to wear now styles continues. Style Me Stephanie along with Walmart are showing you some of the key pieces you'll want to shop for today. Smart dresses has been the focus, and today's look is classic, timeless style and demure. Free Assembly's tweed dress is that ultra femme style every girl needs in her closet. Flattering with a fit and flare silhouette, this tweed dress features an eye-catching pattern, drop waist design, and a sassy short length. Sassy.
Sassy.
Walmart's bringing it to the people, right,
yes.
Stephanie? That's what you said.
Yes.
Okay,
Walmart
so
is on it.
what have we been doing all week long? Let's recap a little bit.
Oh my gosh, I had to think about it. Okay, so we've been talking about skater dresses, mix and matching the pieces, Walmart brands, things like that.
Yeah, so Style Me Stephanie went on Walmart.com and did some shopping, and she picked out some of her favorite pieces, and these are key pieces, I think, that are kind of a mix and match.
Right.
They're a basic staple investment dressing, and what you do so well is that you style them so beautifully. Let's talk about today's dress and the designer, because I know you have some designer favorites, and this is one of them.
Yes, this is Free Assembly. That's one of the top of the list. But I love this dress. Well, I called it black at first, but it's actually navy.
Yes.
Navy and tweed, navy and white tweed is, I mean, amazing dress. The price point is amazing. You definitely want to get this dress. But one thing about this dress, you can definitely style it so many different ways. You can put a blazer on with it. You can do, like you have on pumps, but you can do booties. You can do a heel sandal. You can put on a hat like I have on today. You can do that. I mean, a nice trench coat, overcoat. There's so many different ways that you can style this dress.
Yeah, so on your TV screen right now, Taylor's done a beautiful job with some graphics showing you how you can coordinate this dress. Yeah. So this dress comes in two style options, in an all black, which you're seeing, and then of course the black or the navy and white tweed. And look at how cool this dress. I mean, it gives it all these different personalities.
Yes.
You've got kind of that rough and tumble with the bomber jacket. Then you've got that sexy look with kind of that over-the-shoulder blazer
love that look.
and the sheer pantyhose. And then of course the jewelry really sets it all apart. This is the first time that we're seeing this necklace. Now when I was putting it on today, Stephanie, it's 4 separate pieces. So you're really getting a lot of bang for your buck. I mean, so, you know, like we're doing it just like it is on the screen there. We've layered it all up, but you can break this whole thing apart.
Amazing.
Yes.
And look at the price, guys. You can't beat it. You cannot beat this.
I know. That is a lot of dazzle for not a lot of dollars.
Yeah.
So let me give you a tour of the dress because there's a special hidden feature, Stephanie. I don't even know if you know this about this dress, but check it out. A girl's favorite thing.
It's pockets.
It's pockets.
I absolutely love pockets. And I did not know that this dress had pockets. So I'm glad she pointed that out.
Yeah. And so because I'm standing up, it gives you an opportunity to kind of look at the length of the dress. I mean, it is not super, super short. It's that kind of flirty peplum hemline, which is really cute. Very generous styling. They are true to size.
Yes.
So when you're shopping on their size guide, you'll be able to order whatever size you're currently wearing. And what's beautiful is you've got that short sleeve here. But you know what, Stephanie? We know what I did?
What did you do,
I
Nicole?
brought the white tuxedo jackets back just to show the folks at home
and you
how
know what?
you can layer
This blazer just took it up a notch. I know you guys probably saw this blazer on Tuesday. Was it Monday or Tuesday? I forgot what day we're in on right now. But I mean, this blazer just really just made this outfit even more classier. I love an over-the-shoulder blazer.
So good. So Stephanie, what you've done is you've curated these looks, which is so great because when you shop on Walmart.com, I mean, the options really are almost endless.
Right.
But when you shop with Style Me Stephanie, she's got her own website and she's curated some of these really great, I think, fashion-forward looks.
Right.
So tell the folks how they can shop with you.
Actually, the link is on the screen right now. You can go to that link and you can shop my Style Me Stephanie Walmart storefront. I picked out a lot of cute outfits, pieces that you definitely need in your closet, must-have pieces. And guys, these pieces are very affordable. Go shop now.
Yeah, very affordable and literally investment dressing because you wear them over and over again. And the real kicker is that they are machine washable.
Yes, we love machine washable because getting clothes clean costs a lot.
I know. All right, honey. Well, we'll see you again tomorrow.
All right.
Thanks. I'm loving this look.
And you look good.
Thank you. Again, if you're looking to shop any of the looks we've shown up to this point, head over to Walmart.com for all the details. And don't forget to check out Stephanie's Walmart storefront to shop all her go-to pieces. Now, comedian Alex Ortiz is back and ready to bring the laughs. He's headlining at the Looney Bin this weekend, and we're catching up with him right after this. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Arkansas Style.
You're watching Arkansas Style on KARK.
Welcome back to Arkansas Style. Get ready to laugh because Alex Ortiz is back. Known as the Boricua Beast of comedy, he's taken the stage around the world from top comedy clubs to USO tours across 15 countries. You've seen him on HBO, Comedy Central, and Showtime, and now he's back at the Looney Bin as this weekend's headlining comedian. How'd I do? Did I do Boricua White?
You did it really well. Yeah, yesterday the guy just murdered it, but you did a real good job with it today.
I kind of sort of practiced it a little bit. I think I could use a little more tongue roll, but you know, maybe with a little tequila or a margarita.
Not bad at all. Boricua.
Okay, there it is. How you been?
I've been good. I've been good. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for coming back to
I'm
Arkansas
glad.
Style.
I found out I was the first comic you guys had, and now I'm back to go full circle, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
I know. The show is still going on. You didn't crash it.
I did not kill it.
With your first appearance on the show.
I didn't George
cancel
Clooney
us.
it. So yeah, it wasn't like the killing the Batman franchise Clooney did. So I'm here again.
And around the world you've been.
Yeah, actually at this point, 58 countries.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, USO tours and then cruises. I did Norwegian, which was my favorite, but I recently gave that up because I became a grandfather.
Oh,
and
congratulations.
yeah, so my wife was like, "That's enough playtime. Come home and be a dad, grandpa." So now I'm home, working the circuit again, back on the cruise on the comedy club circuit.
Okay, well, it's not a bad fallback plan.
No.
But that cruise gig, that's fun, right? You're on the boat, what, 6 months?
No. When you're a guest entertainer, you're on for about a month, 3 weeks, something like that. But
Okay.
it was, my wife was like, "You're gone 3 weeks, then you come back 2 days, and you're gone for another month, and you come back 2 days, and you're." And she goes, and the whole time I'm running the house, so. It wasn't good for her.
Yeah.
No, she wasn't having it anymore. She's like, "That's enough."
I got it. I got Mrs. Ortiz.
I had to save the marriage.
We got to lock him down.
In order to
for
save
sure.
the marriage, I had to come back home.
All right. Well, again, welcome back to Little Rock. How do you feel about Little Rock?
I love this. Any place that has a Martin Luther King Drive, I'm right at home.
Oh, okay.
It's
Well,
good. 'Cause I know we're close to the ghetto, so I'm happy.
you just mentioned you came back from Chicago. We've got one of those there too, huh?
Yeah, we got Martin Luther King Drive right next to the Church's Chicken. It all falls together just like that. Yeah.
What brought you to Chicago? Is that your hometown?
I grew up, born in New York, South Bronx, where all Puerto Ricans come from, apparently. We're all born in the South Bronx. But then I moved to Chicago when I was a kid, so I grew up in Chicago. Chicago's home.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then I became a firefighter in Indiana.
Oh.
And that's where I live now. I stayed in Indiana. Once I got a taste of country, I was done with city.
Yeah, it is kind of a mass exodus out of Chicago to go to Indiana. Even my
yeah.
brother did the same thing.
Yeah.
But you know, that's where I raised my family, was in Chicago. Do you have a favorite pizza place?
I used to like John's Pizzeria on Western and Fullerton. That was my favorite. Father and Son was always cool, but you know, if you're gonna get the deep dish, you got to go to Gino's.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
off the grid pizza places
yeah.
for you.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's home.
Yeah,
So,
no, I know. I got my own.
Right.
It's called Lido's.
Lido's.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
So yeah, you can't. I can't send any tourists there because it's like in my neighborhood in the suburbs.
Yeah.
But
I can't send them to my neighborhood either. That's tourists are not allowed in my neighborhood. We call them victims there. We don't send them there. Unless you want to get robbed, then you can go get some John's Pizza.
Fullerton and Western, huh?
Fullerton and Western, yeah, right in the hood.
Is that
Northwest side.
the northwest side?
Humboldt
Okay.
Park,
Okay,
that
yeah.
area.
Yeah. All right.
yeah,
That's where a lot of firefighters live there too.
Yeah.
I think, right?
Yeah, a lot of we're all over the place. So there's like 55 houses in Chicago. So
And you also have a military background too.
I was in the Army. Yeah, I joined the Army at 18 years old. The worst soldier in the United States Army. It was the worst job. I was there for 10 years, and I spent more time cleaning latrines and doing push-ups than any other person in the Army. They don't like funny in the Army for some reason.
Who'd you make mad?
Oh, I made everybody mad. I had this habit of saying what I thought was funny, and yeah, some of your superior officers don't appreciate your comedic talents when you're in the Army.
Well, we sure appreciate it. You have a heart of service, obviously, and a heart for comedy. Tell everybody where they can come see you this weekend.
At the Looney Bin. I got 2 shows tonight, 2 shows tomorrow, 7:30 and 10 tonight, 7 and 9:30 on Saturday. It's going to be fun. We've got a great feature, Olivia. We're going to have a great time this weekend. It's always a blast at the Looney Bin. It's one of my favorite clubs. This was the town that I used to come to when I first started comedy and just get drunk. It was a great place to get drunk. I've woken up on I-40 doing like 110 miles an hour.
You heard it here.
Yeah, 110 miles an hour, just wake up on I-40 going, where the heck am I? Yeah.
Let's not do that.
No, let's not do
All
that.
right. Well, Grandpa, great to see you.
Grandpa. No, it's G-Daddy.
G-Daddy.
Yeah, not
Okay.
Grandpa. That sounds too old, and I'm too young to be Grandpa, so I'm G-Daddy.
Well, great to see you, G-Daddy.
It's always a pleasure.
To purchase tickets to one of Alex's shows this weekend, you can head over to lr.looneybincomedy.com. Now up next, the Central Arkansas Black Bankers are here to share all the details about their first-time home buyers expo. If you're ready to take the next step toward home ownership, you won't want to miss it. Stick around, you're watching Arkansas Style.
You're watching Arkansas Style on KARK.
Welcome back to Arkansas Style. Today we're talking about a fantastic opportunity for first-time home buyers here in Central Arkansas. The Central Arkansas Black Bankers are hosting their first-time home buyers expo, a free event where you can learn about mortgage lending products, down payment assistance, and connect with a trusted mortgage lender. Joining me today with all the details are Shamim Akola and Bahani Alger. Thank you both for joining me.
Thank you for having us, Nicole.
Okay, love the style for both of you. I mean, I gotta say, okay, so Shamim, let's start with you. Why is this event in particular so important for the Black community and for first-time home buyers?
And so the Black community historically has the lowest amount of wealth and generational wealth. And we know that owning a home, having that asset, is a great wealth building tool to build wealth, right? And have an asset to pass on to the next generation. And so we are wanting to bring in those resources that we know there's gaps in home ownership, kind of like with down payment assistance, there are funds and different programs. But also we wanted to let the community know that we might be friendly competition. You know, we're all 10 financial institutions, but as Black bankers, we're united and coming together to serve the community.
Well, I certainly appreciate that, you know, pooling all of your resources, all of your knowledge. I think it takes a little bit of the fear factor out of it as well when you all come together as united bankers to come out and offer your skills and your knowledge for people, especially for first-time home buyers.
Correct.
All right, so Baheen, let's talk to you a little bit. You know, what should people be prepared to bring when they come to this expo?
When they come, they really should have just open mind and just really get to connect with the bankers to see that, hey, we are just people. We know every situation. It's almost like a doctor, right? You go to the doctor and they know, hey, they've seen everything. So you just tell them your situation and we can pinpoint you to the right bank, because just because one bank says no doesn't mean that you can't qualify with another. There's so many myths out there where, hey, it's so hard and you can't get it. It's like pulling teeth, and sometimes it can be if you're with the wrong bank or institution instead of being with the right fit for your particular scenario.
Yes, I have firsthand experience. Fun fact, my first job out of college, I was a loan officer. So I know all about, qualifying for a mortgage and, all that's involved. But like you said, I think it's an excellent analogy. Like, it's going to the doctor. It's so intimidating and so overwhelming. But, again, with this expo, it's just a bunch of friendly faces that you're really there just trying to help. You actually do want to make the loan.
Correct.
So if somebody is considering, coming to this, should they have a house in mind? Should they know what their credit score is? Should they know what their down payment, et cetera, et cetera?
So it is a resource fair. And so most of the lenders in the room, all the lenders in the room, all have different programs. We want them, as Bahani said, to just come, meet with us, sit with us. We're not going to be taking applications on site, but we will be able to do that afterwards. But they should just bring themselves. We'll have music playing, we'll have coffee and donuts. I mean, we want to take that fear and intimidation, because a lot of people are afraid to look at their credit score, don't know what their debt to income ratio is, and it holds people back. And so just come as you are, and then we will guide you and be the partners to get you to that next step whenever they're ready to open up. So they just need to show up.
Yeah, and folks at home, I think you really hit the nail on the head. The reason why you want to do this is that this is a wonderful way to build wealth.
Yes.
So if you are looking at, why do I want to buy a home? Why do I want to get a mortgage? It's because this really adds to your bottom line and, gives you an opportunity to, grow your financial portfolio and maybe even pass something on to your family at some point.
Yes.
Yeah, so important.
Yes.
All right, so let's tell everybody where the expo is and how they can attend, please.
Yeah, so the expo is tomorrow, Saturday, February 1, which is also the first day of Black History Month. And it is going to be at the Willett Hinton Neighborhood Center, which is off of 12th Street. And so this is, again, accessible to the public. It is going to be from 9 to 10:30. We're going to have a section for kids. If somebody, I'm a single mom, and so if somebody has to bring their family, we'll have a section where the children can doodle and color, making it a family-friendly event. But it is tomorrow, Saturday, from 9 o'clock.
Okay, perfect. Well, I love these kinds of conversations, not only because I like talking about finances and money, but I love to be able to help our community grow and thrive.
Yes.
Well, great to meet you both. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks for having us,
I enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Again, if you're ready to take the next step in your home buying journey, you won't want to miss this amazing opportunity. Just scan the QR code on your screen to register today for this free event. Now stay with us. Heather Abed is back to show us why last week's exercises are key to getting off the floor. Plus, she'll demonstrate a few new moves to help maintain that ability. That's all next. You're watching Arkansas Style.
You're watching Arkansas Style on KARK.
Arkansas Style. Our girl Heather Abed is back with us today to build on last week's exercises and show us why they're so important for getting off the floor. Plus, she's got another great move to help maintain that ability and to keep us moving with ease. All right, girlfriend, tell the story again about why getting off the floor became such a, top of mind thing for you.
Well, I just happen to have interactions with people, and when I notice that someone has difficulty getting up off the floor or can't do it at all, it's a life skill, and it's a predictor of longevity, because if you can't do that, then that's your body saying you've lost the flexibility, the mobility, and the strength for your muscles to perform that activity. And so it's just such a good thing to be able to maintain as you age. So this, I'm kind of talking to your older viewers at home, and older could be 50, which I am, and older, because that's at the age when you start to lose that ability to get up and down. And I actually heard from a couple of viewers, which I love it when they message me on Facebook and say, I tried your sit to stand where you put your nose over the toes and look up. And one gentleman actually commented and said, I didn't realize I was looking at the floor. That's why you start to feel that fall forward. He said, so now I'm practicing looking up, and I think that's so great because that's going to keep you moving and independent as you age. And so it's just such a great life skill to work on. So I love it when you tell me you're trying these at home and it's working for you.
All right, you can go to our website, arstyleshow.com, to watch last week's episode. All right, what are we doing today?
Okay, so we're going to actually, there is a system on how to get off the floor. And I think we all remember that commercial from the 80s, Help, I've Fallen and I can't get up. But if you picture yourself in that situation, I guess that's probably a pretty scary thing, that you're on the floor and you can't figure out how to get up. So I want people who find themselves in that situation to not panic. It's 4 simple steps to actually get up off the floor. So I'm going to demonstrate.
Okay.
So what you do is, if you find yourself on the floor, the first thing you want to do is get yourself in a side sit. So you want to sit on one hip, pick your stronger side, and you're going to stack your knees and have your feet apart. So you're just going to sit. And this is a great place you can rest in this position. If it was hard for you to get into, take a break. And then when you're ready, you want to make your way to all fours. So you're going to press off and reach, and you're going to use everything. Hips, all this mobility we worked on with last week's exercise are going to help you press into an all 4 position.
Okay, I saw how your hips rotated there.
They rotated up. So when you go from side sit, you're pressing and reaching and just shifting your weight forward.
Okay, so she's pressing with the back arm and reaching with the forward arm.
Shifting your hips up, and once you get that other hand, you crawl just like a kid would, and you get into an all 4s position.
Okay. All right.
So if you remember last week, we did the exercise where we picked our knee up and moved it kind of up in the air in a circle. This is why, because to stand, you have to have that mobility of your hip joint. So when you get in this position, the next thing you have to do is, 1, you have to curl your toes under, because you're going to need to be able to push off. Ooh. So if you don't curl under your toes, then you're losing the ability for your body to help push you forward to stand.
Okay, leverage there again.
So that's your leverage. So you're going to tuck, and you're going to bring your strong leg, which for me is my right side. I'm right hand dominant. That's typically my strong side. You're going to bring that foot forward. So here's where the hip mobility comes in. If you don't have that ability to stand and lift your leg up and in a circle, this move becomes very challenging, right?
Yeah.
So then once you're here, you're going to place your hands on your knee. That toe is tucked behind you. Now this is your leverage to push. You're going to press all your weight into your front heel, and you're going to stand, and then make your feet together and lift.
Wow.
Now those of us that can do that, we take for granted how easy that is. You think, well, that's just, you're just going to automatically do that. But being a physical therapist and working with this age population, when I practiced physical therapy, it's not a given. People get on the floor and they panic. And so it's just nice to have a plan so that when you're there, you think, okay, I can side sit. Then I can make my way to all fours.
One more time, before you, let's demonstrate it one more time. All right, quickly.
Okay. Sit to your side, press your weight forward, and get into an all 4s position. You've got to bring your strong leg up, tuck those toes, use your hands, and press to stand. And again, don't look down, look up, because we want to come up, lift your head, and stand.
Okay, everybody, that's your homework today, and every day this week, practice that. No matter your age or station in life, it's a great skill. Thanks so much, honey.
Thanks for having me.
I enjoyed that a lot. Don't miss out today, the last day to grab 2 months of unlimited Jazzercise classes for just $115. Simply scan the QR code on your screen to download the Jazzercise app today and lock in this incredible January deal. And with February right around the corner, Heather has some fun partner workouts coming your way. Plus, later in the month, she'll be back with more instructors for another high-energy dance session. You won't want to miss it. Up next in the Joy Corner, Heather Boschke is diving into vulnerability, explaining why we often shy away from it, but how embracing it can lead to positive change. Stick around, you're watching Arkansas Style.
You're watching Arkansas Style on KARK.
Are you looking to find a little bit more meaning and understanding and happiness in your life? Well, that is the objective of our Joy Corner. We are joined by our girl guide, Heather Boschke, who helps tackle some of life's most important topics. Today's topic may make us all a little uncomfortable. We're talking about vulnerability. Ugh. Why does it get such a bad rap, Heather?
Don't say, Yeah, there is a huge misconception that vulnerability means weakness. Many of us grew up in the system of suck it up, buttercup. Does that sound familiar? Which emphasized toughness as a virtue, encouraging us to hide our feelings and to always just tough it out. And many of us were also never taught how to express our emotions freely. For whatever reason, maybe it was childhood trauma, maybe our parents never expressed their emotions, but we've grown up with habits embedded deeply into us that cause us to stuff our emotions down and keep things bottled up. In many professional settings, especially leadership roles, there's pressure to appear flawless and unshakable. The idea of showing vulnerability in the workplace, whether by admitting mistakes or asking for help or sharing emotions like fear or sadness, is not something that is often modeled. And so vulnerability is not the water we have been taught to swim in, which means we have to put in our reps and practice so that we can grow this muscle.
Yep, pretty much covered it. That's why we don't want to be vulnerable. It is uncomfortable, and we have been kind of taught that narrative. But I think you're going to flip the script on us a little bit and tell us why it's important to be more vulnerable. Yes?
Well, putting ourselves out there feels uncomfortable and scary, because it does. I don't want to diminish that. It does. But if we continue to walk through the world with an armor that doesn't let anyone in, while we may be protecting ourselves from the bad, we are also preventing the good from coming in. That armor and those walls that prevent us from expressing our true selves, they block the flow of energy and love. The type of radical honesty and self-acceptance that is required for us to be ourselves and be truly vulnerable actually requires a great deal of bravery. When we allow ourselves to be open and honest in our relationships, we find ourselves better able to more deeply connect. We can communicate more effectively and engage with more empathy and understanding. And vulnerability at work and in leadership is incredibly powerful. When leaders allow themselves to be vulnerable, they are modeling authenticity and openness, which builds trust within their teams. When leaders admit that they don't know something or are open about mistakes, that encourages the rest of the team to be more open themselves, which creates a culture of collaboration and shared growth. Vulnerability is also the essence of creative expression. We are all creators, whether it's artists or musicians or cooks or bakers or writers or entrepreneurs. We are putting a part of ourselves into our work, and then that work goes out into the world. This act of creation requires a willingness to expose our ideas, our emotions, and our imperfections to the world. And remember, as humans, we don't connect with perfect. We connect with raw and real emotion. And vulnerability in our romantic relationships is absolutely critical. When we don't expose ourselves emotionally to our partner, we not only deny ourselves, but we deny that other person an opportunity to really see and get to know us. And if someone cannot see us or really know us, then that relationship is sitting on a foundation of untruths, and that is not sustainable. And lastly, vulnerability is also the basis of any strong and supportive friendship. We have to share about ourselves to find commonalities and discover connections. So being closed off makes any relationship difficult to maintain.
Okay, excellent explanation for sure, but again, because we've been kind of conditioned to suck it up, buttercup, I think we could use some tips on how to become more vulnerable.
Yes, I've got 4 for you. The first is, the next time you don't know something, just admit it. There are so many opportunities to do this. Instead of smiling and nodding or making a note to like Google something later, just say, I'm sorry, I actually haven't heard of that before. What does that mean? Or you said that acronym, like what does CRM mean? Just admit you don't know. It is something so simple, but being able to verbalize when you don't have all the answers helps to not only exercise that vulnerability muscle, but it also creates trust with others because you are proving that you are not pretending. Number 2, talk about your mistakes more. Mistakes are part of the human experience, and when we share them more, we are opening the door to creating a safe environment, which is an essential part of vulnerability. And we have all made like at least 20,000 mistakes, so just start sharing them more. Number 3, own your truth. So instead of creating a narrative that feels safe or more socially acceptable, just own your truth. For example, I've mentioned before, I've been fired twice, and it took me 15 years to say that out loud. I used to say the company went in a different direction or my position was eliminated. And I remember one day talking to someone and I was kind of so sick of saying that. And I finally just said, yeah, I was just straight up fired. And like the lightning bolt of electricity and energy that went through my body when I finally boldly claimed my truth. And then that opened the door for other people to say, oh my God, I've also been fired and I've also never said that out loud. So own your truth, all of it. And number 4, take small steps in safe spaces. In order for you to feel free to express your emotions or opinions honestly, you need to feel safe. So practice vulnerability in the relationships that you feel the most safe in. So maybe sharing your most vulnerable feelings on social media isn't going to be the best environment, but do it with a small group of friends or one friend. For example, I was recently vulnerable with some friends who I've never really talked about one of my favorite genres of books. So one of my intentions for this year is to have more fun. I want to have more fun. And part of that is reading some of my favorite books, which are steamy and spicy romance novels. I've not told my friends this. We were at happy hour. I mentioned, this is the type of books that I really dig reading. And they were both like, oh my God, you have to read this book. You have to follow this person on Instagram. And all of a sudden it opened the door for us to have really fun conversations about spicy, steaming romance novels. So being vulnerable, it is brave and it is courageous. It is what allows us to show up most authentically, which makes it the path to true human connection. It is also an expression of freedom. When you feel free to express your thoughts, your feelings, your opinions, regardless of what other people may think, that is freedom to move through the world just as you are. And when your insides match your outsides, and you can say what you mean and mean what you say, it is a very joyful way to live.
Yeah, I mean, that armor is pretty heavy to carry around, faking who you are and protecting the insides. When you let it out, what kind of joy you can really find in your life. Well, and authenticity really is the key.
Always. Always. We have to let ourselves be seen, because wouldn't you rather expose yourself and have people love you for that than have them fall in love with a version of you that's actually not true?
Well, I love you just the way you are.
Same, same.
And now I know what gift to give you on your next birthday.
Woo, thank you.
Great to see you, honey. Thank you.
Thank you.
I know being vulnerable can feel uncomfortable, but really connect with that authentic person inside and show the world your true colors. Now don't go anywhere. Keith Knight, karaoke finalist for USKAA, is here next to share his story and inspire us all before honoring Johnny Cash with a rendition of Hurt. We'll be right back. You're watching Arkansas Style.
You're watching Arkansas Style on KARK.
Welcome back to Arkansas Style. We're in for a real treat today as Keith Knight joins us here in Studio A. At 71 years young, Keith has proven that age is just a number. Competing as the finalist in USKA 2024 Arkansas Karaoke Championships and taking on the World Karaoke Cup in Las Vegas. With a career that includes over 230 races and a powerful singing voice, Keith has an inspiring story to share. After we chat, he'll be honoring Johnny Cash with a live rendition of his 2003 cover of Hurt. Keith, great to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, Nicole.
I mean, your wife is here with us. I gotta say, this is one handsome guy, girl. So, I mean, needless to say, you're the full package. Singer, supermodel, and we teased a little bit that you like to run as well.
Yeah, I started running at 60 years old, and I just was going to run one 5K race, and I enjoyed it so much that now I've run over 230 races, 11 marathons, 29 half marathons. So.
Wow, you got me beat for sure. You've also got me beat in the singing department. How did that begin?
Well, of course, my mother put me in choir when I was a little one, and then I sang, you know, in choir, and then in college at Ouachita, I was on the Ouachita Singing Men. But then we bought a grocery store. My family bought a grocery store, and we were in the grocery business for 45 years. And once sold out in 2016, well, I kind of got back into singing, and then I had met Anthony McGee, which was the 2014 world champion, and he got me into competitive. I thought I was too old to sing competitive karaoke, and then I've been to Vegas 3 times in world tournaments. So anyway,
yeah.
My goal is to win a Masters in the over 50 division in the world. A world championship. Well,
I'm cheering you on for that for sure. It's impolite to mention age, but in your case, you're wearing it so well. At 71, you're the oldest in the state and the oldest at Worlds to perform. Well, I'm going to step out of your way and let you do your thing, Keith, okay?
Right. Thank you.
Take it away.
All right. I hurt myself today to see if I still feel. I focus on the pain, the only thing that's real. The needle tears a hole, that old familiar sting. Try to kill it all away, but I remember everything. What have I become? My sweetest friend. Everyone I know goes away in the end, and you could have it all. My empire of dirt, I will let you down. I will make you hurt. I wear this crown of thorns upon my liar's chair, full of broken thoughts I cannot repair. Beneath the stains of time, the feelings disappear. You are someone else. I I am still right here. What have I become? My sweetest friend. Everyone I know goes away in the end. And you could have it all. My empire of dirt, I will let you down. I will make you hurt. If I could start again, 1,000,000 miles away, I would keep myself. I would find a way.
So touching, absolutely beautiful. If you are ready to take the mic or just want to learn more about this year's season, check out uskakaraoke.com or visit their Facebook page at USKA Arkansas for all the details. We'll be right back after this. You're watching Arkansas Style.
You're watching Arkansas Style on KARK.
Thank you so much for joining us today, and to all of our guests and sponsors and performers who joined us in studio. As always, don't forget you can follow us on social media or visit our website for clips of the show that you may have missed or just want to rewatch for a second time. We will see you all again next time. Ready to blow 'em a kiss?
Yes.
With love. Mwah.
Thank you for watching Arkansas Style with Nicole Neiman. Furniture provided by Hank's Fine Furniture. Nicole's clothing provided by Walmart. Nicole's wardrobe coordinated by Style Me Stephanie.